Hello, Pearls. Welcome to the webinar this evening. We have a fabulous host that's going to be giving us some Facebook tips and tricks. Our host tonight is Miss Irina Blaslavsky Goldsmith. She is going to be kicking our Facebook into gear and giving us some tricks to get our clients engaged and helping us with our business. So I'm going to hand it over to Irina. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Hi ladies, how are you all doing? I'm so excited. This is the first time I'm doing a webinar and the first time I'm using this program, so bear with me. I can see a chat and hopefully you guys have access to chat. So if you guys can type in for me how long you guys have been in the business, that will help me out as I go along. Okay, 3 years, 4 years. Okay, awesome. So also if you can type in for me, if you use Facebook, do you have a personal account, which is what I consider a account that you friend request? Do you have a business account, which you like the page, or do you have both? So personal, business, or both? If you can also put that in as well. Or if you have two personal accounts because you want to have a pure romance persona as well as your own persona. Let me know that too. Okay, awesome. Great. Okay, so we're going to go through some of the tips and tricks that I recommend to my team and to other consultants in regards to Facebook. I do want to say when we get started with this that these are my opinions based on my personal experience, my 6 years in the business, what works for me and my business and rejuvenating my business as I've had slumps and as I've taken breaks, as well as what I do for my husband's business because he owns his own real estate company in Baltimore. And so I help him with his social media as well. We're going to go over personal pages only tonight. I do not go over business pages, although I do suggest that you set one up only because it's the way that Facebook allows you to promote your business legally. So Facebook has some very strict rules about what you can and cannot do on your personal page as regards to business. And so that's why I always recommend that you also have a business page that you can really post a lot of those selling, booking, and recruiting things and then share from your business page onto your personal page. But this is social media and it's all about being social. So we're really going to focus on your personal page because that's how you're going to build those social connections. If you are on Facebook right now and you have less than 200 friends, it is time for you to make friends. It is time for you to go into Facebook and use the tools that they give you and the options that they give you to find your friends. Find every person you went to high school with. Find every person you've ever worked with. Find every person that you've ever had any connection with and send them a friend request. Don't do it all on the same day because then you'll get into Facebook jail and nobody wants that to happen. But do like 25 people a day and then that way that'll build your friend list. We're going to talk about how to keep your personal page private from certain people because you want to be friends with your grandmother on Facebook, but you might not necessarily want your grandmother to see everything that you do. Or you might be friends with your daytime, full-time boss on Facebook, but you also might not want them to know that you sell pure romance. So I'm going to go over how to keep that all on the same page and not have to have two separate personal friend request pages because that is absolutely against Facebook rules. And we don't want you to get knocked out of Facebook. And let me tell you, I have seen 2 people that I personally know lose both of their accounts because they've done that. So Facebook is huge. There's also obviously other social media types, but we're really going to focus on Facebook because that's primarily how many people communicate. Okay, the first thing you want to do is you want to engage them. Okay, we are stalkers by nature. We like to know what everybody wants to do. And you know as well as I do that one of the first things you do when you meet somebody is you go onto Facebook and you check them out and you read their profile and go through their stuff. But that's okay when you're not a business owner. But when you are a business owner and you're promoting your own business, which is Pure Romance by You, you're now promoting everything about you and your kids, your full-time job. Everything that you do on Facebook is all about promoting your business. And so you want to engage people, and you want people to like and comment and follow the posts that you post. And this is something that's really kind of unsexy about Facebook, but Facebook has a lot of algorithms and computer programs that run in the background that determine what it is that they're going to allow other people to see that you post. For example, I have 2,700 friends on Facebook right now. Can you imagine if I turned on my Facebook news feed and all of a sudden every single post that every single one of my friends posted, I'd never be able to see anything. I'd only get to see maybe 1% of what everybody showed. And who knows if that's even the percent that I want to look at or care about. So Facebook has these algorithms set up that say, oh, you liked Tiffany Brooks's picture. Well, maybe you want to see more stuff that Tiffany posts. So they're going to show me Tiffany's posts more often. And if I don't click or comment or like on Tiffany's posts for a while, then Facebook is going to say, well, she's not participating with Tiffany. Maybe Tiffany's not important in her life. Maybe somebody else is important, and they're going to show me somebody else. So you want to post things that are engaging, that people are going to click and like and comment on, so that Facebook will say, okay, your posts or Irina's posts are important to this person, so we want to do that. So that's the first thing that you want to do. You want to remember that everything now is about engagement. Everything now is about getting them to click that like button or make a comment on your post. And even if they don't, that's okay if it's one time or maybe 2 times. But if it's all the time, you don't want somebody to hide you. You want somebody to be able to see your stuff. So you want them to say thank you. And basically what I mean by that is you want them to say thank you for the post. Thank you for making me laugh. Thank you for making me cry. Thank you for making me think. Thank you for offering me an awesome sale. Thank you for showing me your cute, adorable kids or your fabulous, awesome dog. Whatever it is that you are. So the first thing we want to talk about is, who are you? Who are you really? I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to show you some things on my screen and within Facebook to help you set up your account, make sure that your privacy settings are correct, and to really show who you are, because that's the most important thing. Okay, give me just a second here. Yay! Okay, can you all see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Fantastic. Okay, so, okay, this is your main Facebook page, okay? This is your home screen or your news feed. This is what you're gonna see when you sign into Facebook, okay? And this is what's considered your profile page. As you can see, this isn't actually me, this is somebody else. It's Irina Osmith, which, if you understand science, is really Rini Goldsmith, but whatever. It's just a fake account that I set up for purposes of training. Now, this is what you do not want to do on Facebook. You do not want to have a picture of your profile that is not your actual profile picture, because my name, though, Irina Brusilevsky Goldsmith, is a little unique. But how many Tiffany Brooks are there in Facebook land? There's probably hundreds. And if somebody is looking for you on Facebook because they want to stalk you, because they want to know who you are, because they want to see you, because they just heard that you're so awesome and want to find out a little bit more about you, if they type in Tiffany Brooks into the search engine right here, are they going to be able to figure out who is actually you? If not, then you need to change your profile picture. And I highly recommend that that profile picture be something that's big and bold and has either your name on it and especially your photo. And I'm going to show you mine right there. So this is my Facebook page, okay? As you can see, you have a cover photo right here, and then you also have the profile picture. That profile picture is what's going to show in every single post that you post, so it's important that you have a really good one, and if it says Pure Romance in the background, all the better. My personal rule of thumb is either the cover photo or the profile picture should have something that has Pure Romance in it, even if that something is your name badge. So whatever that is, you want to do that. Okay, you don't want to have both pictures be totally benign like this is, so somebody doesn't know who you are. If you're new to Facebook, Facebook is going to give you lots of options to find some friends. And also, let's just talk about your private settings. So the first thing you're going to see is Irina's friends, or Rini's friends. There's only 16 of them, but you do want to make sure that you make your friends private. And how you're going to do that is you're going to go onto your personal page, you're going to click friends, and you're going to go right here to edit privacy. You want to make sure that all of that is set to only me. The reason I do that is because I never want to out my clients. I never want any of my clients to feel like they cannot be my friend on Facebook because somebody else is going to know that they're my friend. It's their choice whether they click or like or comment, and I hope that they end up doing that. But if for no other reason, I want them to friend request me, and I don't want them to feel like in any way, shape, or form I'm going to out them. And the easiest way to do that is to tell them my friends list is confidential and private. The only people who can see who are my friends is me. So you don't have to worry that somebody's not going to, that somebody's going to notice you. So you want to make sure that you have that set up. You also want to make sure that some of your other privacy settings are set correctly, and that is in the tagging and timeline settings. You want to have this set so that you can review your own tags. So when people post pictures of you that are unflattering, that you don't necessarily want on Facebook, you can review them before they go on. And that is set in these timeline and tagging section right here. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to that page. And this is a really good time to kind of just say, everything that you post on Facebook now is a reflection on you. So you want to try as best as you can, and I know it's not always easy, to be as positive and as professional as you possibly can. Try not to use foul language, try to use proper grammar. Those are things that are important and things that people really do notice. You will be surprised how much people notice them. Because if you think about it, when you look at somebody's Facebook posts, and if they constantly post how life is miserable, how they're unhappy, how all things in life are raining and pouring and everything is miserable and terrible, do you really want to read their posts? I don't. And so it's so easy right now to just hide them or unfriend them, and obviously that's not what you want. That doesn't mean that everything in life is always perfect. It just means that you find a silver lining to everything. So you have a flat tire, you post, oh crap, I got a flat tire. It really sucks. I'm stuck in the rain. No big deal. I'm going to have a party to make up for the money that I'm going to lose by getting new tires. So whatever it is, there's always a silver lining. Or no big deal, I got to sit and talk to my friends while I'm waiting for AAA to show up, if you don't want to necessarily promote your business. Okay, so those are just some things that you should know. My personal rule of thumb is everybody gets to be your friend, except creepy, stalkery guys that have you have no idea where they're from, especially if they're international, which you will get. I'm sorry, it's true. But everybody's my friend. If you know somebody that I know, you get friend requested because everybody can be your client. Everybody could, everybody knows somebody who can host a party. If they're not able to host a party, everybody knows somebody that possibly can join your team. So everybody gets added. And we're going to talk about how to make sure that the people that you add are on lists. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is what the secret is. Before we talk about lists and before we talk about making things private and secret, I want you to really think about why it's so important that you hide what you do from the people who are reading it on Facebook. Is it really that important? And when you're posting, whatever it is that you're posting, just think to yourself, is this something that needs to be secret? Because when somebody looks you up on Facebook, if they go through your Facebook page and they see nothing and it's completely blank, they're not able to see anything except for your profile picture and your cover photo, they're going to wonder, what's going on? Like, is she the creepy stalkery lady? Is she really lying to me? Like, what's happening there? Because we're judgy, and we all are. Women are, and they want to know. They want to know about you. They want to see what you're like. So if you're posting something like this, like I just posted this, and it's kind of benign and inspirational or fun and happy or whatever it is, consider making it a public post. When you post, you have different options right here: public, friends, and then you have other options. And we're going to talk about those in a sec with the lists. But consider every single time that you post, not everything just has to be to your friends. If you're posting something that's very, like I said, very inspirational or benign, has nothing to do with anything, consider making it public so that people who aren't your friends can see it, so that they're not scared to become your friends. Okay, let's talk about lists. Let's talk about lists, baby. Okay, sorry. When you are on your news feed, one of the things that you do when you post is you can post to different people. So public, friends, and more options. If you click on the more options, it's going to give you this custom setting. And when you click on this custom setting, it's going to allow you to choose who exactly you want to post to. So you can post to your friends, you can post to friends of friends, okay, or you can post to specific groups or lists. The same thing can be said for who you don't want to show these pictures or these posts to. So if you have family members or specific work members that you do not want to show these pictures or whatever it is that you're posting, you can actually hide them here. So you can put them in here and say family. I don't want my family to see it. So it'll post this post to all of your friends except for those friends that are also in this family list. And that allows you to be able to keep certain things private and secret. Okay? And this is how you do that. What you're going to do is you're going to scroll down on the left-hand side of your news feed, and you're going to go to Friends right here. You're going to click on that button. When you go to that, it's going to automatically come up with a couple of pre-populated lists. Usually there'll be a list for the area that you're in. There'll be a pre-populated family list, so that when you're friends, sometimes it'll say it's my cousin, my mom, my dad, whatever it is. Close friends, which you add people to. Restricted, don't even worry about that. And possibly where you work. Oh gosh, I completely forgot to mention. Make sure that when you are setting up your profile, that your About section is completely filled out. You want to have where you work and how to reach you in this section. Because if somebody wants to place an order or if somebody wants to look at your website, it should be there. If you're not comfortable putting Pure Romance on there, at least have your cell phone or email address visible so that people can contact you if they want to contact you. Okay, let's go back to this list section. Okay, let's create a list. So you have your friends, you have friends set up, everything's good. Now you want to add them to a list. If you don't have a ton of people on your friends list, now if you don't have a ton of friends already on Facebook, this is the perfect time to set up lists. If you have a lot of friends, this could take you a while to set up lists if you haven't done it, but that's okay. It's worth the time to put people into a list. So I'm going to create a list, and I'm just going to call it, let's call it Pure Romance. So I'm going to put into this list everybody who's a Pure Romance consultant that's my friend. So I'm going to go ahead right here and start typing in some people. Veronica, oops, Veronica Singer. And I'm going to put in at least 3 people. Once you put in 3 people, you're going to exit out and you're going to go back to the Friends section. And as you can see, that now my list is created, my Pure Romance list is created. I'm going to go back into that Pure Romance list. And what Facebook does is it gives you suggestions on who you want to add into this list. It makes creating your lists much, much faster and easier. So you can go ahead and go through and say, nope, Flora doesn't belong on this list. Yes, Nina does. No, Jay doesn't. Yes, Amy does. And you can just keep going as you're going, and it'll give you more suggestions and more suggestions and more suggestions. And that will help you go through and create your list so you don't then have to kind of go into this section and automatically, assign somebody to a list. Although this is totally something that you can do, it's not the best and easiest way to create your lists. Okay, so now that you have your list created, you can actually post directly to people in this list. So let's say you just want to post something to a pure romance consultant. Like you're looking for a trade, you don't want to put it into a group, you're just going to your friends and saying, hey, does anybody have something? You can go ahead and post it just to this particular group. It's nice and easy and simple to be able to share information. Okay, so now we're going to go back to our regular news feed. So conversely, if you want to post something and you want to hide it from a group, so you want to hide it from your family, you can do that. Or you want to hide it from your prayer romance consultant, you can do that. The groups and lists, sorry, not groups, the lists that I recommend everybody set up is clients all, clients hostess, client recruit lead, pure romance consultant, and then anything else that you want to think of. But those 4, in my opinion, are super, super important. Because when you're in your news feed, let's say you just want to know, hey, what are my hostesses doing? Or I really need to contact my hostesses. You can go through the friends list. You can click on that list. You can click see all, and then it's going to show you all the people on this list, and you can go through and say, oh, you know what? Amy needs to host a party. And so you can message Amy and send Amy a message and say, hey, it's time for you to host a party. So it's a really easy way for you to be able to manage some of the people on your friends list and ways for you to communicate and contact them. Okay, now that we have lists out of the way, that's really one of the most important things that you're going to want to do. Okay, the next thing we're going to want to do is how to create a party event for your hostess, because that's one of the things that we do a lot of on Facebook, right? If you guys have questions while I'm talking, you can go ahead and type them in to the chat section, and I will go ahead and answer them afterwards. So if you wanted to do that. Okay, so let's set up a party. Woo-hoo, you have a hostess. Amy's hosting a party for you. Yay, everything's great and awesome. How do you go ahead and do that? So Facebook makes lots and lots of changes to their events, to their system, to everything. So this is how you do it now. I can't guarantee that this is how they're going to do it tomorrow, but for the time being, this is a really easy way. The first thing you're going to do is go to your events section. There'll be a little button on the left-hand side. Okay, I always create an event. I know a lot of people create groups for their parties. I don't do that. I just feel that creating events is how you're supposed to do it on Facebook. I also feel that you reach more people and it makes it easier. There are definitely people who rather do groups, and that's great, but that's just not how I do it. So I go into events, and for my parties, I'm going to go into, and I set up one party. That's my blank party. What you're going to do is, and as you can see, you're going to create an event. Maybe, if it'll work. Okay, you're going to create an event. You need to have a name for the event. I always name the event Star. Whoops, Star. And then you're going to add your description. I'm going to leave the place blank, and I'm going to set the date to the last date of the year. Okay, so December 31st, that's what you're going to do. I've already created it, so I'm not going to do it again. You're making this a private event because, again, you never want to out your hostesses or your clients, so everything you want to be private. If it's a barbecue or something else, obviously you can make it public. And then I do that guests can invite friends, and you're going to press create, and it's going to bring up an event. The best part about this is, oh, I can put that in there. Yeah. Can you guys still see me? Because I kind of changed the way
Yep.
my system is set up. Okay, great. Okay, so the best part about this is what it does is create a blanket event for you to be able to use over and over and over again. So here's my wording that I use for every single event. And at the end of this webinar, when this link gets posted into your group, I'll go ahead and I'll just copy and paste this in. So you don't have to worry about screenshotting it or anything like that. So what I do is create this blanket event, so then you can go in and you can copy the event. So Amy decides to host a party. I'm in the event section, right? This is what you're going to see when you go into your event section. I'm going to go into hosting because I'm only looking for my events. I'm going to go into the event that I created, which is my dummy event. And then I'm going to go edit, copy event. And what it's going to do is basically create a blank event with all of the same verbiage, so I don't have to retype it in. And all I have to do is just put in the hostess's name and party name, whatever I want to do, wherever this is. Change the date to whatever the date is going to be. So let's call it this Friday at like 7 p.m. I hate Facebook when it does that. And then guests can invite friends, and you can show the guest list. You don't have to show the guest list. It's really up to your hostess, however you want to do. Make sure that this is a private event, and you're going to click create. And now what it's going to do is basically recreate that exact same party, so you don't have to constantly type all of this stuff in. Makes it super easy. The only thing you need to do is add an event photo, and there's so many all over Facebook groups of different things that you can add in here, and invite your guests and invite your hostess. I always go in and into the edit screen, and I add my hostess as a host. So for purposes of this party, I'm just going to add my husband, and I'm going to click save. And then when the party is over, make sure that you go in and you take that hostess off as a host. So that way she can have canceled the party, but the party is still saved for you. So when you go into past events, which is an option that Facebook has, and you can see past events, you can still post on these, which makes it so easy. Because like, look, Amy's Buzzing Monday Night Delight party right here that I had set up from 2014, I can still go in and post, hey, I'm having a flash sale, go check it out. But Amy can't, well, Amy's a consultant, but Amy can't delete the event or do anything with the event because Amy is no longer a host on this. Does that kind of make sense to everybody?
Man, okay. That's a great tip. Thanks.
No problem. Okay, so the other thing that I want to say when you're doing these events is that there's an option to message guests. Now, some people have it, some people don't. Some events have it, some events don't. I don't know why. Facebook's really weird. But the best part about this is now you can message your guest. And you can say, hey, everybody who's going, don't forget about the party tomorrow. Everybody who's a maybe, hey, the party's tomorrow, please update your RSVP. Everybody who's invited, you can go ahead and say, hey, I haven't gotten your RSVP. And what it does is it sends them a private individual message. It doesn't send a group message to the entire party. It just sends an individual message. You have to be careful with this, though. You can only send, from what I have seen, 20 messages pretty much a day. So if you're private messaging all those people who have not responded, I would start doing that a week before the party and doing like 20 people at a time to get them to respond to you. And last but not least, one of the reasons that people don't love using events is because they say that you do not get notifications when you update your event or when you post on the event. But that is not necessarily true. So this is kind of how it works. Everybody who's invited to the event will get one notification that they're invited to the event. Anybody that has clicked join or yes or maybe will continue to get most of the notifications that you post. Anybody who is invited but has not clicked any button, has not even gone into the event to look at it, will continue to get notifications sporadically, occasionally. And I know this to be true because I just had a flash sale and I had probably 15 people who had not responded to the event at all message me, how do I stop these notifications from coming up? So I know that they're going to get sporadic notifications. But if you want everybody to get a notification about your event, all you need to do is you need to change the name of the event, the time of the event, and or the date of the event, the location of the event. So if you change one of those things, every single person that was invited will get a notification. So once a week, I go in and I change the name of my event. I have the same standard party name for every single one of my parties. When I set up the party, it's Tiffany's Buzzin' Girls Night. The next one is Tiffany's Party RSVP Now. The next one is however you want to do it. But every week, go ahead and change that name. So those people who have not RSVP'd will get notifications about the parties too. A week before the party or a couple days before the party, I'll change the time of the party by 5 minutes. That's all you need to do. 5 minutes, and people will get a notification that the time changed. So it'll pop up in people's brain, oh, the party starts at 7 o'clock. Again, it's like a little subliminal message that you want to give people, gives them, a little refresher course that's going on. Okay, so that's how you do events. Yay! Any questions, just go ahead and put that in for me. Okay, now, one of the things that people ask me all the time is, what should I post on Facebook? What kind of post should I post on Facebook? I don't want to be too spammy. I don't want people to think I'm too businessy. I don't want people to hide me off of Facebook. So this is my suggestion on how to post on Facebook. In my opinion, you should be posting on Facebook at least one time a day. At least one time a day. I think, personally, twice a day is the best. If that's all you can do, I personally probably post 3, maybe 4 times a day. I recommend that if you're posting multiple times a day, that you at least space your posts at least 3 to 4 hours between each post. I also do not recommend that you change your profile picture or your cover photo frequently. Once a week tops, because that is going to get a huge splash. But Facebook, again, has algorithms, and if you're constantly changing your profile picture, Facebook is not going to notify people. So if you have some really good focused profile pictures that promote your business, I would do those like once a week as part of that every 3 hours thing, so that people can really see them. If you do that, you'll notice that you'll get like hundreds of people loving your profile picture, as opposed to like maybe 10, 15, 20. Okay, so now that you know how many times a day, what are you posting? 60% of the things that you post should have absolutely positively nothing, zippo, nothing to do with your business. That does not mean that you cannot have pure romance in the background. That does not mean that you cannot be wearing a pure romance shirt or a name badge. What it does mean is that what you write in that picture should have absolutely nothing to do with your business. So a great example would be a picture of me and my daughter at school. Okay, it's just me and my daughter hanging out with my kid. Okay, I have, let's say, my Pure Romance shirt on, because obviously I'm not wearing a name badge at school, and it's me and my kid. Yay! Okay, that's 60% of your posts. Another 30% of your posts should be what I call fake business. So you're talking about your business, but you're not really booking, selling, or recruiting. You're just mentioning your business sporadically. So I'm still wearing my Pure Romance shirt. I'm still hugging my daughter at school, but this time I'm saying, hanging out with my kid at school, love the fact that I can take time off anytime and not ask my boss. Okay, again, positive, happy. I kind of mentioned my business, so it's fake business, but I didn't say anything about booking, selling, or recruiting in that post. And then another 10%, that last 10%, should actually be booking, selling, and recruiting. So if you think of that same photo of me and my daughter at the school with my Pure Romance shirt and hugging her, instead of, I'll be saying for that 10%, love hanging out with my kid at school, love the fact that I can take time off whenever I want. You should join my team so you can do this too. Okay, so does that kind of, I hope that kind of makes sense on that 60, 30, 10 kind of rule. And you can do this even if you're going to trainings or any type of meetings. You know, you can post a picture of you and Tiffany or Heather at a meeting and say, love my friends. Boom. That's a personal post that has nothing to do with your business. You are talking about people who are in the business, but you have not at all specifically mentioned or even hinted at Pure Romance. Then there's a picture of you and Heather and Tiffany at a meeting and say, love these girls and getting free training. It's awesome. Boom, that's your fake business post. Okay, and then the next one would be that same exact picture in that same exact setting saying, you know, love all of that. You should come join us and have as much fun as I do. So when you are putting any type of website that is your website, or when you're hashtagging Pure Romance or doing any kind of stuff like that, that's really fake Pure Romance and or blunt business posts. And if you do too much of that, no matter how awesome, funny, fantastic your life is and these posts are all about, people are going to get tired of seeing that. And there have been study after study showing that businesses who continually do that don't get as much play in the Facebook algorithms. Okay, any questions? Let me know. Hashtags and tagging people and sharing posts from other people and things like that. Okay, so as long as they're public businesses, absolutely share away. It actually helps your algorithms when you do that. But just remember Facebook privacy settings. And this is also really, really important and something that I just want to touch on briefly. Facebook privacy settings are really, truly Facebook privacy. So if you post something that's just to your friends, the only people who are going to be able to see it are your friends. That's it. Okay? Nobody else is going to be able to see it. So an example would be, okay, this post that I posted, this post that I posted on the 19th, okay, and I only put it to my friends. If you were my friend and you clicked share on that post, the only people who would be able to see that post are still my friends. That's it. Even if you shared it on your wall, the only person who's going to see it are our mutual friends, people that are friends with you or people that are friends with me. Unless it was a public post, unless it had a little world symbol right here and it was public, then anybody can see it. Now, if I tagged somebody in that photo, then the only people who could see that post are me and the person who I tagged, friends. So if I posted a picture of myself and Tiffany and tagged Tiffany in that post, my friends can see it, Tiffany's friends can see it. Nobody else on Facebook can see it. So no matter what anybody says of my friend was able to see somebody else's comment, blah, 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 that only happens when the privacy settings allow for that to happen on whoever's post that you posted. So if I commented on somebody's post and that post was public, yes, it is possible for your friend to see that you did that. So if you don't want somebody to know that you're posting on a controversial topic, make sure that that controversial topic is set to its privacy settings are set correctly, because otherwise it can be shown to everybody. Okay, and that kind of brings up the controversial topics. There's a lot of hot buttons right now. I'm not saying you shouldn't post controversial stuff. I'm just saying be very, very cognizant and leery of posting something that's going to really cause a massive debate, unless you just don't care about your business and you just don't care, who your clients are. All I got to say about that. Okay, now, last but not least, one of the really, really important things that I want to talk about is my 5-5-5 rule. This will help promote your business. This will help improve your algorithms on Facebook. This will help you grow your business. Besides for how often you post and the 60-30-10 rule that I talked about, what you should also do every day on Facebook is this 5-5-5 rule. This is how it goes. 5 times a day, you should go through your news feed, and you should comment, not like, but actually put a comment in somebody's post. And when I say somebody, I mean your client. I don't mean a family member. I don't mean a friend of yours who shops from you anyway. I mean somebody that you want to build your business with. Okay? So 5 times you want to go ahead and comment on somebody's post. Another 5 times a day to 5 different people, you want to go onto their personal pages and you want to write a post on their wall. Those 2 things, those 5 things should have absolutely nothing to do with your business. Nothing to do about your business at all. It should be, oh my God, love your new profile picture. What a cute picture of your baby. Whatever it is that they posted, oh, I totally agree. A sticker comment is still a comment. Okay, and if you don't know what stickers are, oh my God, I'm sticker crazy. Like I love these things, so you should get them on your phone. They're like amazing. So 5 comments, 5 actual posts. And then the other 5 things that you should do is to 5 different people than those other comments and posts. You should go and personally send these people a message. And what you're going to do is in the private message, this is where you're going to be a little bit more specific about business. This is where you're going to say, hey, just checking in to see if you have any questions about the products that you purchased. Or I haven't talked to you in a while and wanted to make sure everything's working for you. Or are you ready to book a party? Are you ready to join my team? I'd like to talk to you more about whatever business related thing you want to talk about. That's what you're going to do in the comment section. And it can be very benign and just say, hey, haven't seen you in a while since Mary's party. What's going on? But because you reference somebody's party and you're outing them, you want to do that in a private message. If you do that 5-5-5 every day, I guarantee that you're going to start seeing your algorithms go up because you're going to see people that you haven't talked to in a while start going onto your page. When you comment on somebody's posts, and just watch, if you have not done this, when somebody posts a picture and you see 15 likes but not a single comment, when you're that first person that comments or even the second person, you'll be amazed at how many people all of a sudden see that post and comment on that post and things like that. Now, when you like a picture, that doesn't mean that person is going to get a notification that you like them, especially if that person has lots of friends. If I post a picture, by the time I get to 15 or 16 people who like my picture, Facebook doesn't notify me every single time somebody likes it, but it does notify me every single time somebody comments on my picture. So again, it reminds people of you. Now, how do you do this easily? Lists. Because what you're going to do is you're going to go into your friends list and you're going to pull up your client list, or in this case, Pure Romance, and you're going to go through and it's going to show you all of your clients and all of their posts. It's going to make it super easy for you to go ahead and contact them. The same thing with the instant The same thing with the instant messenger chat. Why is this not letting me do this? Sorry. Me trying to try new things all over my page. Why is this not happening? I don't know. Let me go back to me. So when you're in your chats, right here in the options section, it's going to allow you to, and I don't know why it's not letting me do it right now because my Facebook feed is very slow, but it's going to allow you to only view the people in a particular list. And so that makes it very easy for you to go ahead and send those private messages to those people and be able to really comment on people's lists. Isn't that cute? That's one of our consultants, Melissa Maynard, and her new baby. Yay! She's not so new. Anyway. Okay. So that's kind of the 5-5-5 rule. It's really important, and I guarantee that it will really make a huge difference in your business if you start doing that, as well as when you start really engaging people. Last but not least, in the 3 additional minutes that I have, I do want to talk about groups. Most of you guys have already seen groups. Sorry. And so, you know, I know Heather has her own group, the Pillow Pearls group, and there's all sorts of other groups. This is my particular group. So you want to be just careful. Just be careful of how many groups that you're a part of, how much time suck that Facebook has. I honestly set a timer on my phone so that I can get everything that I want to get done within 15-20 minutes. And then I'm done and I can go on to the next thing. Sometimes when I have an extra hour to kill and I want to just time suck on Facebook instead of playing video games or watching television or reading a book, I will do that. But I always make sure that I set a timer for my business because I want to make sure that I get business done, that I don't get sucked into playing with my friends on Facebook or talking to my friends on Facebook. I have 30 minutes that I devote to business Facebook every single day. Facebook has a great search feature. You can say friends who are engaged, and it'll pull up, in this particular case, probably nobody. Oh, wait, Lisa Summers. Yay. Friends who are engaged. Lisa Summers is engaged, and so it's going to pull up all these friends who are engaged. So if you're looking for bachelorette parties, you can do that. Friends who live in Baltimore, friends who live in, you know, who are married, friends who have children, whatever you want to do. There's a really great search feature amongst Facebook, so you should do that. Make sure that you send everybody a birthday message. Facebook makes it very super easy for you to see who people you may know. And in the event section, I obviously don't have any birthdays today, but it does have birthdays. So make sure that you wish everybody a happy birthday on Facebook, and do not offer them a special gift on their Facebook page in your happy birthday message, because then you're outing them and you're outing the fact that they might potentially be a client for you. Send that privately in their message, because that would be better for you and better for them. And videos get a lot of play on Facebook. So consider making a video of yourself having fun with your kids, doing something with your pets, walking around, exercising, whatever it is. Even if you do one video every couple of weeks, it really makes a big difference in terms of your engagement. So that's it for me in terms of Facebook. That's really the basics. Does anybody have any questions for me? Yes, maybe.
If you have questions, you can type in the chat box or you can unmute yourself.
You're welcome, Shakita. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now so that I can see you guys. Hey, okay. Any questions? You're welcome, Christy. Do you suggest yourself? Okay, so the question is, do I suggest a profile picture with my family or just myself? Honestly, it doesn't really matter. I think sometimes you get good play for both, so change it up. I always recommend that you have some type of pure romance, either in your cover photo or in your profile picture. So if you're posting a picture with you and your kids, and let's say you're at the beach, like I was this past week, so obviously at the beach I'm wearing a bathing suit and don't have pure romance on me, I made sure that my cover photo had something that had pure romance written on it. So that's really all I suggest, and you can change it up. Sometimes I have just me, sometimes I have me and my kids, sometimes I have me and my husband, sometimes I have an entire family photo. It really doesn't matter, but I don't recommend that you change your profile picture more than once every week. Yay, you're welcome, everybody. Any other questions? Making my list now. Good. I'm glad everybody's making your list. It's really, really important. I can't tell you enough how much lists change your life. Because seriously, okay, here's a great example. If you create a hostess list, every time you need a party, you go back to your previous hostesses and you go send them a message. And you have them all in a list. You don't have to go think of who they are. They're right there for you. Or every time there's a kit sale, you can message people in your client recruit lead list, hey, we're having a kit sale. So you don't have to, again, find and hunt those people down. They're right there. If you start with lists early, it makes a huge difference. And if you have thousands of friends like I did when I started my list, it's okay if it takes a day, but it really does help you out in your business along the way. You're welcome, everybody. Anything else? Tiffany, anything you? Oh, I had a list. Sorry. What kind of things? What kind of status updates to post when you want people to engage? So one of the things that I will tell you, yes, you can put people into multiple lists. Absolutely. One thing I will tell you is that you want to create a couple of friends or tell a couple of your friends, hey, every time I post something that's business related, please go and like that post because it's going to help your algorithms. Basically what Facebook does is if in the first 15 minutes your post gets absolutely no likes or comments, it doesn't think that it's important and doesn't show it to as many people. So you want people to go and like and comment on that. And so create a group of other consultants, because Facebook doesn't care who's doing it, other consultants, family members, and friends they're going to help you boost your business and boost your algorithms. But great posts that get lots of responses. I'm going to a wedding. How much money should I give as a gift? I'm looking for new book suggestions. Even if you're not, I'm looking for new book suggestions. What's a great place to eat around here? Or I'm looking for a new sushi place. Or I'm looking for crabs or whatever it is, places to eat. Or where should I go for dinner? Man, you're going to see lots of people start responding to that kind of stuff. Any type of general parenting question. You could be a little controversial here, but any kind of parenting question or pet related question, like what do you do with, for a dog that chews your shoes or whatever it is, any type of those type of questions are going to get a lot of people talking. And that's what you want. You want a lot of conversation. You can also play games. I don't do that anymore because I don't think that it really boosts your algorithm and it costs you money because you got to send them a gift. And I'm cheap. But those are some really good things. And you'll see that I will post that kind of stuff a lot. Guests at your party send you a friend request. Yes, we do. So if you don't want to get into Facebook jail. That's why I say if you're starting to create your friends, only 25 people at a time. That's why at my parties, I give everybody who sends me a friend request $2 off their order. I feel like it's $2, no big deal, and people think, oh, and I don't tell them it's off of shipping, but I give everybody at my party $2 off their order if they send me a friend request, an additional $2 off their order if they tag me in a post the night of the party before they come into the shopping room. So I make sure that I go in and you have to accept everybody's friend request when you do that. And then you have to just remember to go back and add them to the list as you go. And there's a cool little feature in the friends section of, hold on, let me share my screen so I can show you guys again. When you go into your friends list, when you're in your friends list right here, oh shoot, and of course it's not showing me anything. Here, let me see if I can do it on mine. It's gonna say recently added. Facebook's just not working on the other section. So right here, there will be a little button that says recently added, and you can click on that button and it'll show you all the friends that have recently been added to your friends list, and you can easily go through and add them to your list, if that kind of makes sense. So that's a way to just make sure that your lists are good. So $2 off for being my friend, $2 off for friend requesting me, for tagging me in the post, and then $2 off for following me on Instagram. Or sometimes for texting me, just depends on my mood. But those, and then you get $6 off your order. That's what I do. If you're brand new and you don't have a lot of money and you're this is really your income, and how you're supporting yourself and your family, and you can't not charge for shipping, then I recommend just doing something like a sample packet or even $1 off the order, something like that. People really will do it. And in the shopping room, I tell them, hey, do you want $2 off your order? Show me that you friend requested me. And people will get up and go get their phone and do that if they have not done it yet. And people will tag me right there in the shopping room just to get that additional $2. I give tickets for those things, drawings. Yep, people do that too. So you could do that too. I don't, because I'm lazy and I just don't carry around the roll of tickets. I just can't carry that. I used to do that, and then I would forget to do the drawing and forget to give tickets out. And that's a great idea. I just don't. Give extra tickets when they friend you. Absolutely. Guests love tickets. And I totally agree. If you're doing tickets, that's a great way to do it. Get them to friend you on Facebook, get them to tag you, get them to follow you on Instagram if you have an Instagram account, get them to text message you their name so that you can add them into their phone. Absolutely. Any of those kinds of things to give tickets away, I highly, highly say yes. Anything else? Okay. Tiffany, is there anything else you would like for me to cover?
No, that was awesome. Okay. I learned so much. Yay!
Yay!
Thank you so much for being our guest host tonight. And
thank you for having me.
And this will be recorded, Pearls, and I will be sending the video to Heather so she can upload it to our YouTube channel. So thanks again.
Thank you. Talk to you guys soon. If you have any questions, let me know.
Thanks, Irina.